Yeah, come on up in here. Let's get started. A little late, but I'm here. I'm a little late, but I'm here. Come on in here. Let's get started. Let's talk about this. FBA political strategy post-election. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. FBA political strategy after the election. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What's up, Wolfie? FBA political strategy after the election. Let's talk about it. How are we going to mobilize? Are y'all hearing rumors? The lights are out if it's flooding in Houston, but look at the information I have for you today. I looked at it. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I wish somebody needs to show me how to get that stuff so I can put it on live. So I can put it on here. Hope everything is okay out there in Houston. Yeah. Okay. I'll just check it out. No problem. Oh, man. What's going on in Houston, though? Everything okay? Is it raining hard or what's going down? What's going on in Houston? I got family in Houston, by the way. Tomball. They go to like Tomball County or Tomball. My little nephew went to Tomball High School. He went to an agricultural high school out there in Houston where they were walking cows and chickens, taking all that stuff to school with them, learning how to do the agriculture. My little nephew played football for Tomball High School. And then he quit. He didn't like getting hit. So he quit. I don't know. But when I saw when he was playing, he was pretty decent. He was okay. So yeah, let's get up in here, man. We're gonna talk about this. Let's talk about some strategy. What's our strategy for after the election, man? Regardless of who wins. What's our strategy if Trump wins? What is our strategy if Kamala wins? What is our strategy, people? What are we going to do? Tap that like button. Yeah, we got to talk about it. Man. We got to figure out, we got to mobilize because there's, how do I say this? There's already election fraud going on. I just say it like that. There's already election tampering going on. We're starting to hear rumors about it. We're starting to hear people in certain counties. We're starting to hear people in Texas. There's a rumor, allegedly, of tampering going on in Texas, where people are voting, and they're coming back. When they look at their list, they're saying they're voting for Trump, and it's coming back Kamala. So, what do we do? What do we do once we realize and come to the understanding that there's a high possibility that our elections are rigged? I'll tell you one thing, whether you like Trump or not, think about this, whether you like Trump or not, they don't want him in power, y'all. They don't want, there's people on both sides that don't want Trump in power. All the billionaires, check this out. Think about this. All our billionaires are putting their money supporting Kamala. Think about that. The power that be, see, Trump is an outlier. He's not part of the establishment. Whether we want to believe it or not, Trump is a rogue. Trump is talking about releasing, he's going to finally release the JFK documents. He said it's time. If he gets elected, he's going to release the JFK documents. A lot of people are saying if he ever gets back in, he needs to really clean house this time. Because last time he didn't clean house. He was making friends and he made the wrong friends, and then he realized he made the wrong friends, and he's like, okay, you know, I'm not gonna make that mistake next time. Yeah, it's time. It's time. It is time. Y'all get them likes up. Let's get to 11K, y'all, and I'll start bringing people up. But what are we gonna do post-election? No matter who wins. If Trump wins, how are we gonna mobilize? If Kamala wins, how are we gonna mobilize? That's what we want to talk about. How are we gonna mobilize after the fact? Because one of them's gonna win. We know that. Whether we vote Cornel West, whether we vote Jill Stein, we know that one of the parties, Republican or Democrat, are going to win. And we're already hearing rumors of election tampering. We're already hearing it. Already hearing it. Whether it's true or not, allegedly, TikTok, don't flag my account or take me down. This is just educational purposes. We're just talking about a what if scenario, right? Because we don't know. November 5th is when we'll know. But for right now, we don't know. How many of y'all think that it's gonna be dragged on? Like they're gonna count the votes up and they're gonna delay. Like we're not gonna find out who won until some weeks after. How many people think that Trump's gonna call for a recount or Kamala's gonna call for a recount? How many people think that it's gonna take like 2, 3, even a month before we figure out who won? How many people think they're gonna drag it on like that? Anybody think like that? What are we gonna do post-election, y'all? How are we gonna mobilize? How are we gonna move? Fraud already started in Michigan. The media isn't. Yeah, I'm hearing it. I'm hearing that there's all fraud in Pennsylvania. There's fraud in Texas. There's fraud in Michigan. I'm starting to hear it. What are we gonna see? Here's the thing, family. We got to thrive no matter what. No matter what candidate they put in front of us. No matter who wins this election. We gotta mobilize. We can't go back to the Democratic Party, y'all. That's not the answer. That's not the answer. The answer is not going back. The answer is moving forward. That's the answer. The answer is moving forward. How are we going to move forward post-election, no matter who wins? We're getting close. Let me tell you something. They don't want the power that be. They don't want Trump in office. They really don't. Trump is going to do his own thing. Nobody's going to be able to control him. You know, there's talk of
Good morning. I just wanted to be one of the first ones up. You didn't have to ask.
Okay, no problem. How's everything going in Houston? Everything okay in
It
Houston?
is flooding out here, and I called myself trying to go get me coffee. And when I came back, I couldn't get in because the gates, electricity, and everything.
Oh my
I
God.
know, but I will go sit in my car because I need you to answer a question because I'm trying to prove the propaganda that American has been doing towards Black Americans.
Oh yeah, we know. That's a fact.
Tell me this. How do 10% becomes 14% and 22 or let's just say 18 million becomes over 40 million if we unalive ourselves and it is mass incarceration? How do we double in numbers that fast?
Over what, 60 years?
Yeah, over 60 years since 1964.
Yeah.
How if we're unaliving ourselves in great numbers? If it's all this black on black crime, how do we multiply and they don't? They numbers has dropped, ours has multiplied.
That's a good question.
Would you like to see it from the U.S. Census? Because people say that I always use Google, so I went to the U.S. Census.
Yeah, let's see it from the U.S. Census. But I'll say this: listen, man, we had our own Holocaust, like Kanye was trying to tell us. Okay, we should have been over 100 million by now. Okay, they don't want us to get any bigger than where we are. Listen, imagine if we were. They say we're 12 to 14% of the population, right? Now imagine if we were 25% of the population. That's a problem for them. That's a problem.
And to Mr. Blueberry, I am a grown woman. Please do never address me as a girl. And I would never address you as a low-life boy. This page is on a warning, so I'm going to watch my words. Okay. So, as you can see, this comes from the U.S. Census.gov, right?
Okay.
They said in 1960, it was 18, we might as well say 19 million of us, right?
Right.
In the United States at a 10.5%. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You see that, right? You know what the census said in 2024, that we are over how many?
About roughly 44 million, something like that. 42, 44
Okay.
million.
Mm-hmm. You got your glasses? I haven't found my glasses, so I'm.
Hey, I'll read it. Tap that screen, y'all. Let's get to 11K likes. Wolfie's a moderator, so I give them preferential treatment.
You see, the white population at that time was 86.6%. Now they saying it's 76%. The non-white was 57.1%. The Latinos was 4%, and the foreign-born was only 6%. Why did our numbers grow while their numbers declined?
Birth rates. Feminism backfired on them too. It destroyed. Feminism backfired on them too. Yeah, you look at the black family versus the white family. It's not that big of a difference. I think you showed us with the single mother, right? I think you showed us with the single mother documentation the other day that white, there's a lot of baby mamas in the white community too.
In the 100 millions.
Okay. Well, not 100 million, but there's a lot of
I'm gonna do the math today. I'm gonna do the math today to see how many single baby mothers remember it's 215 million of them.
Yeah, right. There's 200.
And then we have to break it down to how many, and I already got those numbers on my page, so it's not gonna be hard. How many white women is in America versus how many black women, and then we can get the math. We can get the numbers.
I like that. Let's do that. But listen, their divorce rates is not too far away from our divorce rates. Okay, their nuclear family is being destroyed. Not whether it's a little bit less or we're a little bit higher, right? The same thing is happening to white America that's happening to black America.
But we're the face of it.
Oh yeah, they make us the face of it, right? Because they're gonna understand the media. Who controls the media? We don't control the media in this country, so we're not going to get a chance to spin our narrative or tell our truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the issue right there. That's a great point. But look at the Hispanics. Now we know that if we break the Hispanics up, right, they're not larger than us, right? We're still outnumber them. But what they do in America is they lump all the Latinos together. So all
the elite. They call them the elite.
Yeah, they lump all the Hispanics, all the Mexicans, all the Guatemalans, all the El Salvadorians, all the Puerto Ricans, all the Latino, all the Dominicans. Y'all get lumped in with these numbers. Even the Afro-Latinos, y'all get lumped in with the Hispanic numbers, and y'all are about 100 million. Think about that. You wonder why the Democratic Party catered to the Hispanic vote more than the black vote, especially when they broke it up into black men, and then they talked about Hispanic families, right? Latino families.
That was so disrespectful how they stated the black men and others, and then they said the Latino and family.
Right. So
we should be all offended.
I am offended. We are offended. Okay. But look at how they do that is because they're a large base. Now, the larger part of the Latino base, they vote Republican. Just so y'all know, the larger part of the Latino base, the Hispanic vote, goes more towards the Republican. So, if anything, Democrats, if I were them, right, I would be trying to cater to the 100 million Hispanic population and get them back over to the Democratic Party because most of them do vote Republican.
Can you read that for me?
Let me read this. In 1929, the League of the United Latin American Citizens, a Mexican-American organization formed in Corpus Christi, Texas, one of the main organizing efforts was to get Mexican off the 1930 census. They protested, "We are a white race, we are Americans." That's a fact. A lot of Latinos, a lot of Hispanics. Matter of fact, haven't y'all seen the census? Hispanic/white. Haven't y'all seen that checkbox before? Are you not? They have white, and they'll have African American, and they'll have Hispanic, Latino/white on there also. I don't know if y'all seen that. I've seen that. Okay. The Mexican government itself protests the category because the entire Southwest used to be part of Mexico, and when it was taken over by the United States, they promised Mexico that the Mexican residents there would be treated as full citizens. Well, at that time, you had to be white to be a citizen, so that's where the whole issue came out about Mexicans specifically identifying as legally white but socially not white. Yeah, that's a fact, especially here in California. That's a fact.
So from 1929 to 1940, the elite Mexican Americans, with the help of the Mexican government and Mexican organizations like LULA, sued the United States of America in federal court to be considered white American. While we was protesting for civil rights and our freedom, they was protesting to be put on the census as white American, and they still haven't went back to the federal court to debunk that. So
Right.
as in 2024. Some are waking up and some majority are not because they still consider themselves white American.
Yes, that is a very, very true thing. Listen, they'll try to tell you, "Oh, we fought for civil rights. We were right there too. Mexicans pushed the line. We did it. Hispanics did this." Man, they were listen. Our civil rights was different from what they were trying to do. They were trying to fight to become white like everybody else.
And the
That's
Asian
why.
community sued the United States to not live in Black American neighborhoods while opening up businesses in Black American neighborhoods. Black Americans is the only ones who fought for civil rights for everyone. When we fight for something, everyone benefits. But when they fight, they community is only benefiting. So when y'all get mad that we saying, hey, we need to focus on Black Americans' rights, another thing, if you go down TikTok page, you will hear 𝗖𝗍 𝗁𝗂𝘁, the first immigrant to run for a Democrat party that's happened to be the same skin tone, say that she is the first Black American woman. This is the propaganda that they do. They push the non-descendant of enslavement from the United States, and they make their stories greater than the people who actually opened the doors and paved the way. Because that's their way of punishing us because they control the media. Do that make sense? So if KH becomes president of the USA, the storyline will be who didn't pay the ways, but immigrants made a way.
Look at that. She's all up in the where the shield at? Where the shield at? She all up in y'all business, man. It's like she got y'all playbook. Maybe she's in there on it. Somebody gave her some private information, something. That's exactly going to be their slogan. That's exactly what they're trying to
Too
do.
much. As my family is the only ones when Shirley used to come on TV and talk and do her interviews, because I was alive when she was, by the time she passed, was my family the only one calling her a lying Abby? Was my family the only one that say she wasn't the first and they didn't like how she lied? Come on. We heard it, but we never investigated it.
Right.
And now her story is, and they done made movies about her erasing Black American history.
That's what they're trying to do, y'all. They've been trying to do that from the get-go.
And that's what Kamala Harris is here to do too.
Yeah. And that's what
We're not going back. What's she going back to? Canada, Jamaica, owning slaves?
come on. That's her history, y'all.
Our history is not the same. And when others come over here, we do not have the same goals. I don't care if we have the same skin tone.
That's a fact. Y'all tap that like button. Let's tap that like button. This is what we're talking about today. Oh, well, let me
Little box me.
Let me put my screen back up. We're talking about FBA political strategy after the election. After the election, what are we gonna do, y'all? How are we gonna mobilize? How are we gonna advance our lineage? And how are we gonna stand on business? Y'all tap that screen. Let's get to 5K likes.
After this election, we have 4 more years to get it together.
I'm just gonna start bringing people up.
4 more years to get it together after this election. We need to start electing FBAs, putting them in position that, not any FBA, but FBA that have our interests in heart. We need to put them in position. We have the numbers, guys. We need to push them in position. We need to start a movement that is moving. We have 4 years to do it. And not really 4. We literally have 3 years to do it because other elections is coming up. And we can do it. Because what this election shown us is how they use us and don't help us. They use us as a slogan. They use our face. Michelle disappointed me. Obama disappointed me. And I never did care about Kamala. And I don't realize when y'all all start caring about her. Because her legacy is not pretty.
Man, we're finding out so many things about this woman, how fake she is, how she has a fake grandmother, a fake black grandmother that she keeps trying to post that that's her grandmother, and they're finding out that's not even her grandmother, y'all. I mean, there's so many things going on about KH, and it baffles me. I mean, it's like people are still trying to go that route. I mean, you can't make an excuse. Listen, just call a lie a lie. Just call a lie a lie. Just call it out. Okay? We can't help that woman. There's no male explaining. There's no any type of explaining you can do that can change who this woman is. In my opinion, I mean, this is a very covertish, sleeper cellish type of stuff, man.
Was you in my live yesterday? I can have a panel now, but we played her cosplaying as a Southern Baptist preacher. Now, imagine if a Black American, even though people cosplay as us all the time, our dialect, they changes. The only way they use their own dialect is if they trying to prove to another person who they are. But if we go around and we go to Jamaica, knowing that we would never get elected in their government, but if we did and we start talking patois and bomba clock and all that, you think they gonna respect us, or you think it's gonna be an outrage?
It's gonna be an outrage. I'm like, look at these Black Americans coming over to our country, worrying about our politics, trying to act like they're one of us. You know, let's be real. They'll probably in the beginning they'll think it's flattering, like we did. We're like, oh, yeah, look at them trying to be like that. That's cute. But after a while, it's gonna get old, especially if we get into their politics. We're gonna be like, why are they coming over here affecting our politics, and they're not even from here? That's what's gonna be said. See, everybody's mad when we do it, but they're already doing it.
They did.
You can't go to Africa and get in their government, people. You can't do that. You can't go to Jamaica and get in their government. And here's the thing. We don't want to.
We don't.
There's some of us living overseas. There's expats living all over the seas, all over in different countries. You think they want to get in government? No. They just want to live a peaceful life. The problem with our immigrants is they want to get over it. They not only do they want to live a peaceful life, they want to come over here and get involved in our government and our politics, and they want to change. And they want to bring more.
They want to work against us.
Right. They want to work against us and bring more of them over here. And they can't say they're not trying to replace us. They're lying. They're just lying. They're just flat out lying to us. Or they're not thinking about it because their action is showing otherwise. If you go and you start getting into our politics, right, and you start advocating for more immigration, what is that telling you? What is that telling you? That's pretty much saying, listen, man, we're trying to come up over here. We're trying to bring as many of us over here so we can take over and dominate. We don't like how what's going in our country, so we're going to turn this country into our country. We're all going to become American citizens in this country and change it and make it better for who? Whatever immigrant country they came from.
My thing is respect. You do not have to cosplay us. You do not have to act like a Southern pastor. You do not have to change your dialect to get a vote. You just have to put politics. You have to put stuff in the laws for our community. We don't want you speaking Ebonics, AAVE, crossing your arms, giving us dap, saying, hey, girlfriend, hey, bro. That's all disrespectful. You're not my brother. You're not my sister. You don't come from my lineage.
Man, they are crazy today. They are straight up crazy today.
You want to hear her? Did you hear it before?
No, play it. Let's play it.
Don't get. This is offensive to me, y'all, but I'm gonna play it.
I am confident that his power will work through us because, church, I know we were born for a time such as this, and I have faith he is going to carry us forward, and the road ahead won't be easy. It will require perseverance and hard work, but in times of uncertainty, scripture reminds us weeping may endure for a night. Cometh in the morning. That may seem hard, the work may seem heavy, but joy cometh in the morning. Morning is on its way. God bless America.
Does she even know what that means? She just talking.
But joy comes in the morning. I didn't see more white tea Americans have more season than that.
She is just talking, y'all. She don't even understand what the heck she is saying. She is just talking. You understand that?
Someone wrote that from her. Wrote it for her.
Oh, yeah. She's reading the telephone.
Joy comes in the morning. You don't have to do that.
Oh, Lord. All I heard was like they always do. Mary had a little lamb. His feet was white as snow. Yeah. That's all. It's just the same old. When is going to be something different? But I don't know. That was creepy. That really was. It really was creepy.
And she couldn't even spit the fire correctly.
No.
It was no anointingness in that.
Zero.
No. You got to do the and the hand. And yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you do. If
You got to do it.
And I know as a Black American, and that being a Southern Black American church, right? In Philly, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know they was laughing at her. You cannot tell me they wasn't. She thinking they laughing with her, but they laughing at you.
She's Hindu. She practiced Hinduism. She doesn't practice Christianity. She's Hindu.
And that is a fact. And I didn't even think about that while she trying to cosplay as a Southern pastor. Joy comes in the morning.
Look, that's why she has no connection to it. You understand? You see how creepy and weird that sounds? And why she's trying to put some little, she's trying to add, because they don't do that. She's Hindu.
She's a horrible actress.
She's a Hindu bedwench at best, y'all. That's it. There's nothing popping about that woman at all. We gave her all the, listen, she went to the historical Black colleges, and that's how she got a little bit of her swag. That's it. It's all from the outside looking in, not from the inside looking out. This woman is ridiculously crazy and insane. And people want to vote her in and talking about she's gonna stand up to Putin. She's gonna stand up to Xi. Come on, man. She gonna stand up to North Korea? Oh
Has
man.
she went through menopause? Because if she haven't went through menopause, I don't think she has the strength to do it.
Right. Come on, man. This woman is in her 40s, y'all. This woman has or is going to be going through menopause soon. She might be going through.
She don't have the. We can all see that anytime she's doing an interview, she's on some type of substance.
Man,
She do not represent Black American women that I know.
I think all these political pundits are on some type of addictive drug. I truly believe that. They're either addicted to some type of drug or they got some weird, freaky stuff going on in their background, and somebody's holding it over their head. That's why I say it's important. That's why I say it's important that we run candidates that don't have skeletons in their closet. We make sure they're papered up. We make sure they got protection, so they can't use that stuff against them.
Oni, you know how important it is that she is 60 without a legacy and she claiming to be Black? Do you know how harmful that is to the Black American family community? Because that means her heritage, what she leaving when she's gone will go to white tea people.
I don't know who this lady is, but let's see who she is.
Her money, her life insurance, everything that she did in the United States of America to make her life comfortable once she's gone will go to white tea people. It would not go to a Black family. That is important to know. At least we knew that when something happened to Obama, it's going to be FBAs that benefit from that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Sleeper cell. Oh, let me, man, family. We just got to come to terms that we're under. Shout out to Teresa. We're under heavy infiltration and attack, man. We got to come to terms with that. That the people we thought was for us was really against it. They were cosplaying. Good morning, Tony. Good morning. Everybody is, that's why we got to stand on business when we say we got to check everybody's identity, where they come from. I just got a message. I think it was Wolfie. You sent to me about the Black Caucus.
Yes, that was one of the young ladies, and they in here today, and I appreciate everyone who came to my live yesterday. One of the young ladies showed all the pictures of the people from the Black Caucus. None of them is FBA, but yet they making decisions on FBA future, reparation, knowing that it don't benefit them because they lineage, their bloodline was never enslaved in the USA. So my thing is, where do we drop the ball? We drop the ball because we've been promoting self-sufficient Black Americans. We really haven't been promoting in the last 60 years for Black Americans leaders, Black Americans politics, people who can literally get in the room and make a change because we're tired. I don't know if it was fear because we've seen so many of our Black young leaders get unalive, but absolutely doing nothing but speaking up for our community. The things that they said then that caused them to get unalive is still happening in 2024. We just been on one big cycle that they put us on, and we refuse to get off because we're in, insane in the membrane on a cycle. We need to get off this cycle, and we still have time to get off and make a change. Non-FBAs is not the change that we need. Non-FBAs is not the change that we want. We need people from our community who have the best interest for the whole community, no matter who they are, who they vote for, or their stance in life. We need to stop picking Black American support and start picking the oppressors and the tether support because their legacy is not as great as ours. and we deserve everything that owes to us. If it's not for us, it's for our future. So what's going to happen after this election, I'm hoping Black Americans, FBAs, all the categories, because we're not monolith, come together and see who's the real enemy, who's been fighting against us, and the propaganda. Hey, my light's back on. And the propaganda that they've been pushing. They've been pushing to erase Black Americans, because one thing about Black Americans in the United States of America, they have taken everything from us. They have tried to genocide us. But we don't, what the Haitian do say, we don't what? We multiply. We are the onlys that multiply, because when you look at the other regions and everything, if we come from 13 million, how did we end up 40? Over 40 million.
And that's low. That's low. I want y'all to know that's low. We should be higher than that. We should be at around 60 to 100 million already. Okay. Listen, America is so afraid of half of the country being Black American and half of it being white America. That doesn't keep them in power, y'all. That truly galvanizes the country when you see 50% of the country as Black faces. Think about that. 50% of the country, we're taking this thing. Listen, with just a little bit we got, we already are the culture in this country. If we were half of the population in this country, it's game over. It's a wrap for them. It's a wrap. You might as well say America belongs to Blacks.
I don't like to debunk a comment that was in, and this is what I say about erasing and spreading false narratives. Someone in the comments said they gave reparation. 5 or 4 states gave reparation. Studying a reparation and giving reparation is not the same thing. If me and Too Much and Rachelle, we're talking about reparation. That's all they did. The United States of America has never gave reparation for the enslavement of the people who built America for free.
Right. They gave some money to some people who had their land taken from them. They gave some money to some of the people from I believe the Tulsa massacre. Not everybody. They gave some. They gave some to the Black Indians. They gave them something. Black natives. Okay. They gave some money to the Tuskegee Institute, to some of the families from that, but
they gave apology to the Clinton apologized, but financial currency, they hasn't yet given.
There you go.
Clinton apologized when he was in the office. They did not give reparations. They have studies. I'm looking it up, y'all. They study. California, Illinois, and North Carolina have conducted studies about reparation proposals. But giving reparation to the things they have done, even the things that you have named, and knowing that if we pull up the map of massacres, we can split it down the middle, and we have to go from east side to west side to look at all that happened in the United States.
I gotta get this heater cracking. I am cold. It's cold this morning in California. Jesus, y'all. It's cold out here. I am over here freezing. I need to get this
Someone told me to look up something, so I am. They said, who's the president that gave that took the 40 acres and the mule?
Who was? I forgot which president was, but as soon as he got in the office, he took back. I think it was. I know what this is too. The president right after Lincoln. Right after Lincoln, who's the president?
Andrew Johnson took back the land promise to the former enslaved people through the 40 acres and the mule plan. Andrew Johnson.
That's what we're dealing with. So, fellas, we got to come together. We got to figure out what we are going to do. What we are going to do to after this election, because even though it's obviously Trump is winning. It's obvious. It's obvious, y'all. It's obvious.
Is he?
It's obvious. I don't. There's still a chance that he's not going to win. There's
But
still a chance,
if
even
KH win, they're gonna impeach her.
you think so?
Look at history. Tell me what president haven't been impeached since when?
Yeah, but I don't see them impeaching KH. I
I
can see them
do.
trying. I can see
I
them trying to
do.
impeach Trump.
I do.
Under
You
what
don't
basis?
think
Tell
that
me.
an attorney general don't have secrets in their closet that they waiting to pull them out on her?
Waiting. I don't know why they would wait till the election, after the election, to do it. I think they would pull it out now to affect her in the election.
Keep watching. We want to bet. They don't think she's gonna win, but if she do win, watch how these skeletons keep. They already popping up, and they trying to erase them as fast. But watch how fast and these information is gonna be permanent stick to us. Just like you seen that Trump, they have a rumor going around that Trump and Tamara, whatever her name, Hall,
Saw that. I saw that.
had a baby together, and she had to get rid of it.
I saw
This
that.
man like black women. It's always like black women.
I saw that. I don't. I don't. You know. I don't. You know. Maybe it's true. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's true. If you know, I wouldn't. You know, I wouldn't doubt it. You know, I wouldn't doubt it. You know, a lot. You know, white T men is always like black women. Let's keep it a buck. And white T women always been mad at their men for that, especially during slavery time. I mean, it's known. We wouldn't be so mixed up as we are if it wasn't real. You know. The white T man was known for having babies and keeping them in slavery. Let's keep it a buck. They don't care. Listen, man, I don't know why people be thinking that these white T people. Listen, they are the first baby daddies. Okay, they are known for leaving babies all over the world. Okay, and just F them kids. They have them and then they leave them. So trying to put that on black men, YT men did it first. They've been doing it.
I don't want this stereotype to spread that black men are scared of strong black women, and they scared to have strong black women in leadership. Because we all know a strong man has a strong woman to back him up. You know, to comfort him when he's down, to love on him.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I think that, like I said, the issue is always going to be don't use your strength on your men. Your men need to be powerful. You want them powerful. If they're not powerful, they can't defend anything. If they're weak, if they're emasculated, they can't do anything. If you put the man at the bottom, you have no protection. Nothing. There's zero protection, because if the army comes in, you're not going to fight the army. You want your men to be strong and confident so they can fight off the enemy at the gate. If that doesn't happen, the same thing. Okay, over in Iran,
Mm-hmm.
women became liberal in 1960s and 70s. The women were liberated in Iran.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what happened? They got too
They
out of
reversed
control.
that.
They got too out of control. The men said, "Y'all, we
They
gave y'all
reversed
power,
it and made it
got
worse.
too out of control." And they said, "Boom." So
Y'all want to see how they was dressing versus how they dress now? Y'all know how they dress now.
yeah,
But
they reversed that stuff.
before they reverse it, look how good I know history. Y'all should be proud of me. But before they reversed it, the women was able to walk freely, show their faces, run for office. The men said no. But keep in mind, if the man is on the front line fighting for us, we're at home fighting. We making sure that your legacy still lives on, because
Right.
we'll be doggone if somebody mess with our family.
Right.
You're so pretty to me with your mean self, Miss Rochelle. You are so pretty. She is to me. She's pretty. But we're gonna be there because our man's gonna teach us how to defend the home.
Right.
And just in case they can't come back.
You need your men, ladies. Y'all need to ditch that independent stuff and adopt the interdependent mindset. It's not going to work out in your best interest of you down talking or belittling any man. Because that man one day is going to save your life. Listen to me. You don't want men, and this younger generation is different. Okay, this younger generation, listen, anybody can get it with the younger generation. You understand? This younger generation will see a woman in distress and they won't even have the same empathy that the Generation X men or that we've all been taught to have for our women because they're fed up. They're fed up. So it's in your best interest as women to, guess what? You better respect your man. You better lift him up.
Just not your men, all men.
Yeah, not
All
just
men need
men,
the respect.
all men, because all men need respect. Yeah, because guess what? You're gonna need them. They're the ones that are gonna fix on your car. They're the ones that's gonna clean out the stuff at the top of the house. They're the ones gonna do all the heavy lifting, and you want your men strong for that. You don't want what the movement that went on in Iran. And let me tell you something. It's probably, I'm gonna be honest with you, ladies. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It's probably gonna happen here. It's probably gonna happen. The same thing that happened in Iran. Now, maybe not to the level of Iran, but there's gonna be laws that are gonna push back and prevent women from taking advantage of men. That's coming next, ladies. That's why I know why a lot of women are voting Democrat, because the Democratic Party wants to control, totally lift the hinges off that. And that's why a lot of people are afraid of a Trump or a Republican in power, because they're going to lessen that power. They're going to balance it out. And we do need balance. We don't need lopsided. We don't need, listen, if power corrupts men, how much more will it corrupt a woman, and especially when she's emotional?
Men are emotional because they start WAR, but a woman emotion is very unhinged and powerful if she don't know how to control it.
Yeah, listen, very few men.
Y'all be thinking about organization. The woman, a black woman, would be thinking about how I'm gonna get in and do it myself to ruin everything. You know, I mean,
and that's not good. That's not good for our women to be thinking like that. It's good for our women to think about amplifying your men. That's how you're going to get power. When you combine your power instead of separating your power, you're more strong when the powers are amplified. When you're amplifying that man, when that man is in the front like he's supposed to be, taking all the hits, making sure you don't get hit, that's what you want, lady. You don't want to be in the front taking the hits, because you're not going to be able to stand. When we were marching, you don't see women necessarily in the front while they're holding people.
no.
You see the men in the front, and the women were more towards the middle and the back. And then you had men in the back and men in the front when they were marching, and they were protecting the women and the children that were there.
That's
Why?
true. Because the men got attacked first, and it gave the women time to run to safety.
Right. We gotta have it like that. You don't want to be on the front line getting the holes down, getting beaten, getting the dog. You don't want that. We don't want our women going through that. So it's in your best interest, if you want men to step up and do that. You can't denigrate. You can't do that. This doesn't make sense. It's not.
But men, our black men, that's the thing. Our black men is already protectors and providers. They don't have to be schooled in something that's naturally them. I just watched that LeVar man, and he's married to a white tea woman. The way he loved on her comes from his black parents loving on him correctly. The way he loved on his kids. Black men has always been protectors and providers. If you don't believe me, look at the single black men who raising dogs, you know? I mean, if you don't believe me, it's in their spirit to take care. It's in their spirit to be a provider. The black American men I know. So it's not that we're not far from respect that we all deserve. But when we have people like Trump and KH coming in and trying to divide, we need to stick together and call them out instead of going at each other.
Right.
Because look, Miss Rochelle is a testimony story. You get you a good black man, y'all build together.
She's an amazing story. She is awesome. She's a great example of what needs to be done and how you stay by your man through thick and thin, and y'all build together and what y'all can have. When you got two homes, two, not one, but two paid for, how many black people, how many of y'all can say y'all got two homes paid for?
I can't.
Two homes built from the ground up. They built these homes themselves. How
Land.
many of y'all are doing that? They bought the land and they went to got building.
And that's the thing. We need, if you cannot afford your house, go ahead and buy your land. Go ahead and get that land investigated and make sure that it is it can what cousins say, make sure it's fruitful. Make sure you can grow from that land. Build from that land. You know, the funniest thing, the land that they gave us after the 40 acres and the mule, they gave us land that they think that could not be, they could not profit from it. Nothing could be grown from it. And then we got on that land with all the knowledge we held, and we made it profit. We made it grow. They put all these Jim Crow laws on us that stopped us from earning the income that we deserve. You know, they gave us loans, the same thing that they did to other Caribbean countries and everything that we could not pay back, that left us in debt. That's why we start migrating to the north. We had people in our community that represented us, that talked for us and wanted the best for us. They came in with the division, dividing it. And now we getting filtered out by tethers. What are we gonna do after this election? I need a plan.
We're going to talk about the plan today. There, I don't know why. I don't know what was said, but I'm just debating if I'm going to restart the live because they are preventing they put a flag on my account.
Restart.
To prevent the numbers. So
restart the live.
I hope you let me talk at some point when you restart, but
go ahead.
I am white, so I don't have that much to say. Again, I don't know. I'm white, and I don't even have my fucking ID right now. But
it's okay. Go ahead.
You know, I have work. I'm from the Northwest, so again, there's very little minorities around overall. It's less than 10% in Seattle, is what it seems like, of Asians, Black people, or Hispanic people. But I've had lower paid jobs my whole life. Again, I'm 34 now. And the entire saying the middle class is underpaid is an absolute understatement. Again, everybody should be making at least $30 an hour, or they should give you discount. There should be the opposite of taxes on food if you work a physical job, and nobody should stand for 8 hours a day, because that's bad for your body. So I don't know what else to say.
You said good things.
I mean, again, the middle class has been F-worded and R-worded, basically, and again, lower middle class people deserve something other than everybody has been underbreeding, basically, relative to how big the building should be, but nobody wants an apartment complex in their neighborhood. And Seattle is really bad with redlining, and just nobody wants an apartment building anywhere near them because that'll bring drugs and prostitutes and 304 activity and blah, 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 and legalize weed and da-da-da-da. So again, it's just, I really don't want to vote for Kamala. I would vote for Michelle Obama. I didn't want to vote for Hillary. I voted for the Green Party, but I'm glad I got to waste my